Hi, good day to you. It's Libby. I'm back in my kitchen again. I have just returned back from our local food court, which is behind the pub in our village, and it was set up about 6 months ago, and we had to fight to keep it going because the local council wanted to close it down. So it changed from being a food market into a food court, and there's a huge area of fruit and veg, and you just kind of move down the line and the lady just moves with you and then off you go. There's a lady there selling cheese, there's a lady selling ready-made products, sort of ready meals, and I think there's a lady there today was selling spices. So I tend to just go to the veg, and so I go about once a month and I'll stock up on things that I need. So I did check through my cupboards today. I didn't have a list, but I knew in my head what I needed. So I had a good look around and I bought, and I'm going to show you what I've bought. But first of all, I'm going to have a quick sip of my dandelion coffee, which is really delicious. And I used the soya milk that I made yesterday. It made 2 litres of soya milk from beans that I'd soaked overnight, juiced them, got the milk out of them, and then boiled the milk up to, comes to a boiling point, and then you let it settle. You take the froth off the top and you can then use it as soya milk. You do have to boil it because it will be raw beans otherwise, and it can be quite toxic. So you boil it up, you'll get this froth on the top, you scoop that off, leave it to cool. You will get a fine, thin like film of like the milk like you do when you make a custard. So you just need to remove that, and then you've got your milk. So that hopefully will last me about 4 days. It works out 30 pence a litre, dead cheap. So yeah, recommend that, and it's organic. Tastes gorgeous. And the other thing is it doesn't split. You know, some of these milks that you buy in the cartons, they split. That doesn't. But I always put the milk in first, not the coffee and then the milk, because that tends when you get the curdling. Anyway, let's go to what I bought this morning, and I will start over here. I take my little bags with me because a lot of the things are in big containers, big bowls, and then you have to just put them in your own bag. So I bought some pears. There's about 12 in the bag there. They were £2. That will last me for ages. I do tend to juice quite a lot of stuff, so I will juice some of those. And my friend brought me some round last week. They were really delicious. So I was thinking, I'll buy some pears. Pears are really good for you, aren't they? And then I bought, well, first of all, I bought a pepper. This was 80 pence, really nice big fat pepper. I'm going to make a stir fry tonight using this. I've got lots of other bits in my freezer, and I'm going to use those up, and then along with that pepper, I'm going to make a nice stir fry. And then as I was leaving, I saw another bag of peppers. These were £2. So kind of the value, £2 or 80 pence. So you can kind of see, I didn't want to give the lady this back and get my money back. It seemed a bit mean. So I just bought these. I will freeze these and then use this one tonight. Okay, so that was what I got. I got a sweet potato, 1 sweet potato. It's quite big. Normally when I go to Aldi, these are about 50 pence, but I did need a sweet potato for a recipe that I'm going to make later on in the week. And this one was fine. This was £1. So I don't know how good value that is. And sometimes some of the things I feel were a little bit, probably a bit pricey. But then again, you don't have to travel and use your car and take time to go to a big supermarket. So it works well for me. I've got 4 bananas. They were about 50, 60 pence, something like that. They're a little bit green, so they need ripening a bit. I got a lettuce. Now I do grow my own lettuce, and I do have some red oak leaf lettuce from the winter, and some Paris Island. Now it's starting to sprout again because it's getting warmer, but there's not enough really to make salad. So I bought a nice lettuce. That was £1. I then bought some potatoes, some nice kind of newish potatoes. They were £1.50 for £1, but they look really tasty, look really, really fresh. I like the look of those. I bought about 5, what's in here? I think this, tomatoes. I bought about 5 little cherry tomatoes. And what I'm going to do with those, I shall just put them in the oven, slightly roast them, and I put them on top of my risotto that I'm going to make later on in the week. I bought not just 1, not just 2, but 3 cucumbers. 3 for £1. So I think these were from some sort of like you know, like the rejection from the supermarket because it has a sticker there. I seem to recognise that. That looks like an Asda sticker. But there's 3 for £1. So what I will do with these, I shall cut them in half and I will juice a couple of them and then have the other one with salad. And then I bought, this is going to make an amazing thumbnail, a tree of celery. It's about as big as me. Look at the size of that. So that will be juiced. The tops of the leaves there will be juiced. Amazing. You can also use these as like in salad, really delicious. And then the rest I'll probably either juice, make into a soup. But look at the size of that. It's massive. So that's what I got. I spent about £12, I would think. But this will last me quite a while. This celery will last me forever. The cucumbers will probably last me the week because I'll juice them. And the pears will last me all month. And the peppers, I'll put them in the fridge or the freezer. So yeah, so that's what I've been doing this morning. Yesterday, I spent a bit of time in the garden. It was such a nice day and the weather's got a bit warmer. I don't know about you, but I put this jumper on. I feel like a bit like a farmer today. This is quite a big baggy cardigan. I don't normally wear this very much, but it was sort of in between weathers. We didn't really need a coat, but you needed just something. So I just put this on. I might take it off later on because it is a bit thick and I'm getting a bit warm. But it's that in between time, isn't it? Where we can get in the garden, but it's not quite ready for planting anything. But we can prepare the ground and get it nice and warm for the winter, from the winter to the spring. So yesterday I emptied 2 of my compost bins, and I got a big bag of compost which I'm sieving through. I've got a big old-fashioned sieve, so I tend to sieve it through the compost through the sieve, and you'll get a nice fine medium of compost. And then I'll add some fertiliser. I've been to the farm and I got some bags of horse manure and so that's kind of aged, so that'll be fine. That'll go into the compost, mix it in with my beds, and then I'll leave it and I'll probably put some plastic over the top to keep the beds nice and warm, and they'll start to warm up before I start planting my seeds. But I am going to start putting some seeds in on the windowsills in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to go through my seed tin. I'll show you my tin. This is kind of what my dad used to do. He had a tin, and this is an old biscuit box, a tin for his seeds. And in here, it's full of seeds. I just love seeds. I just love the packets. I think they're really cute. Look at this, Vital Seeds. I bought these from a company last year. These are seeds for winter, and this was chicory. And then I've got lots of other things, and I have saved some seeds. This was from a friend of mine. I went over to her house and she got some butternut seeds. I put here butternut seeds from my friend's name, and then I got them in September. So these are dried. So I'll have a go at growing some butternut squash. I don't know if they will grow very well, but I've got the seeds for them and see where I go. So I tend to dry some of my own seeds and keep them for the next year. But that is full of not just veggie seeds, it's full of flower seeds and all sorts of stuff. So that's my little seed tray, seed tin. And as I say, I'm going to get my seed trays out. I've washed them all. They're all nice and prepared. So this is the time of the year to get ahead. Get your seed catalogues. I was going to look for my seed catalogue. It's down there. I'll just go and grab it and show you. So when you buy seeds mail order, you tend to get a catalogue. And I love these. These kind of like, just after Christmas, these start to come through the post. And this is a little book of seeds. This is from Marshall's. This has got a most amazing array of not just veg, but loads and loads of various varieties of things. And the one thing I like about this company is they have a lot of different varieties. So they have something a bit unique. And I think that's the joy of growing your own stuff. It's not like just the standard tomato that you get from the supermarket. You get the heritage ones. You've got loads of, I quite like these as well, the micro leaf, which you can grow on your windowsill. It's like mustard and all sorts of lovely things. So I should be looking through that and maybe ordering a few little bits of seeds and see where we're going with that. I've also got another little book here. This came from Sarah Raven. Again, this is how to grow your seeds. So I kept that just as a little bit of advice. As I think I've mentioned, I am doing a horticultural course. So it is my intention to finish that off hopefully by March and get my diploma. It's a level 3. So then hopefully do a little bit of work in people's gardens. I think I'm going to love that. I love being outside. I love the freedom of being outside and not stuck at a desk. So it'll give me another variety from my work. So not just a reflexologist. I'm also a yoga teacher, Pilates teacher, but this is like another string to my bow. And I think this will take me through to, when I say retirement age, I'm not quite there yet, but it's like it's a lovely thought to be able to go into people's gardens and transform the garden from just a plot of land into a beautiful garden. I have got a couple of clients that I'm going to be working with this year, so I'm really looking forward to that. So I think that's me done today. I'm going to have my lunch. I've got some soup in here. I've got some soup that I've defrosted out of my freezer. That's butternut squash soup, I think, or it might be pumpkin soup. And I've got some bread defrosting. In my fridge last night, I made a lovely dinner. It was roasted vegetables with lots of bits that were left, carrots and parsnips, sweet potatoes, some normal potatoes. And I roasted them all off in the oven, and I made this amazing chili and peanut dip. And I put it on some bread, and I put the potato mix with all the veggies on top, and then put this lovely dip on the top of it or underneath the bread. And it was absolutely gorgeous. I had it with some salad. So I've got a little bit left over with that. So I might have some of that today. So I'm looking forward to that. So I'm going to sign off now, and I will see you tomorrow. We're down to the last few days. The 28th is on Sunday, so that'll be my final video of this challenge. And then no doubt I'll come on with maybe some gardening tips and things like that. So that'll be nice to join me doing that. So have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you very soon. You take care of yourself. Bye-bye.